Welcome, Cancer, to your month ahead spread for November 2015. This video is for you if your sun, moon, or rising signs are in the sign of Cancer. I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling. As always, I have shuffled quite extensively before the start of this video. The purpose of me shuffling right now is just to mix up all the cards and let the appropriate cards for you come up to the top of my deck. Gonna keep shuffling here. I'll just get some kind of, I'll hear something, see something. Sometimes I just know. All right. So the first card we're going to look at here is how you're feeling heading into this month. How you're feeling leaving October behind and going into November. We have the Hermit. I feel like during October you did a lot of spending time by yourself. And with spending time by yourself, it was for a specific purpose. And maybe you didn't plan it out to have this purpose, but it did end up having this purpose. You really engaged in a lot of self-discovery. You really looked at yourself. You really discovered things about yourself and really understood things about yourself that you might not have understood before. And these were things from a very spiritually minded place. So when I say that, I don't mean they were like religious necessarily or anything like that. I mean that they more had to do with unconscious patterns, or they had to do with your unconscious in general. They were things that were always happening, and maybe you never really made the connections between why they were happening, but this past month you did. You were able to shine some light on some of those habits or some of those tendencies that you have inside of you. And not only did you shine the light, you've decided to do something about them. And that doesn't mean necessarily that you wanted to change them, but it means that you received the information and you understood how you could move forward in your life or move forward with this information, how you could use this information to further your growth, to further your self-growth, really, to further your consciousness and your awareness. You understood how you could use this information to better yourself and to move forward on your path. You're bringing this energy with you in November, and not necessarily that you're going to do more of this, but that you're going to use the information that you gleaned from that time that you spent alone, that you spent kind of figuring things out about yourself or learning about yourself or just finding out new information about yourself. Card number 2 is your general forecast for the month ahead. So your general forecast, Cancer, for the month of November. And we have the Lovers. So right away we have 2 major arcana cards. So this is going to be a very powerful, high intensity month for you. The major arcana cards signal like big life changes, big archetypal changes. And for the Hermit and the Lover, I really see this about you turning this love to yourself. By learning certain things about yourself, you have furthered your self-love in general. You're kinder to yourself, you're gentler to yourself because you are more understanding about why you do certain things or why you have certain habits or why you've been drawn to certain people or certain situations. You've kind of shed some light on that, and that has furthered your kindness to yourself. I also feel like this love that you have for yourself, it will extend to others because now that you understand some more things about yourself, it's helping you have that same compassion and that same kindness for others in your life. So by loving yourself, it is in this case helping to grow the love around you in your life with others in your life as well. And this is really going to extend through November. This self-discovery that you've done on your own in October coming forth into November, and now that you're really going to see kind of the effect of the work that you did in October, really sharing it with the people in your life, but most of all sharing it with yourself. And I think that is really how you're going to see effects of this self-love, is through honoring yourself, honoring your sensitivities, honoring your feelings and things that have happened to you and understanding why they did and how that's affected you. you're really honoring yourself and the things that you care about and the things that you want to do, and allowing that to permeate your whole life, allowing that to affect your life, and allowing yourself to make different choices because now you understand why you need to make certain choices and why those choices are good for you. Card number 3 is your upcoming challenges for this upcoming month, and we have the Empress. Another major arcana card here. The Empress is the archetypal mother of this whole tarot deck. And this really is so beautiful for you, Cancer, because your sign, of course, is the archetypal mother of the zodiac. So we're seeing some kind of themes from your zodiac here in your sign here. I feel like for your upcoming challenge in this month of November, you are going to be called upon to use some of those mothering talents that you just naturally have, Cancer. You're very caring, intuitive, loving, mothering, nurturing, especially. And I feel like these are qualities that you'll be using in this month. And it may be a little challenging because I think it will be very emotionally tied. Your emotions will be tied to this scenario or these challenges that you need to use these skills. Or if you are a mother, perhaps it's going to challenge you to be a mother in a different way, or be a mother in the same way, but allow whoever you're mothering to act differently, or allow them to make their own mistakes or their own choices. I really feel like for you, you're going to be using a lot of your feminine qualities, which of course are the mothering um, aspects of yourself, and also the intuitive aspects of yourself, so that you're really going to be challenged to connect with your intuition, to connect with that voice inside of you that gives you inner guidance. And using that, I think, to share with others, to help them and to care for them. Card number 4 is your good fortune, blessings, and abundance. So this is all the beautiful stuff coming your way in November 2015. And we have the Four of Pentacles. Now, usually this card symbolizes fear around money. You can see that this man, he's holding onto a pentacle tight in his arms. He's standing on two. He has one on his head. He's keeping his money very close to him. He's almost fearful to let it go. Perhaps if he lets it stray, it'll just disappear. So for you, and since this is coming in good fortune, blessing, and abundance, I feel like in the past you have had some feelings towards money this way. It has been very scary for you to have money and very scary for you to not have money. And in either case, you've kept your money very close to you and you've been a little fearful of it. I feel like you're going to work through some of this month, work through some of this fear and your beliefs, your negative beliefs around money. I feel like that you're going to let go this month. You're going to let go of the pentacle here. You're going to take your feet off of it and you're just going to relax a little bit about it. The stress that you had about money before, I think you're just going to kind of understand that it's not that important, that there are other things that that need your energy, there are other things that you want to put your energy towards. I think there's so we have some powerful cards here, the Hermit, the Lover, the Empress, and I feel like this is going to take your attention away from maybe the more mundane aspects, the things that you have put your fear towards. You're just going to feel like it's not worth it. It's not worth it to put your energy towards this negative fear-based thinking anymore. There's other stuff that needs your concern right now. And while it is definitely positive and transformative stuff, we'll say, that needs your attention instead of this kind of like money fear or fear of not being fully secure and supported, I think that it is going to take a lot of your energy. So whether by choice or kind of just because you don't have any energy left, you're definitely going to let this behind. And I think you're not really going to realize it at first. Like, it's just going to be kind of automatic because you're caring for somebody. You're setting an example of love, of unconditional love. And it's taking a lot of your energy. And then I think you're just gonna kind of have this moment of realization, like, oh, I haven't really like been afraid of not having enough money lately, or my motivation for doing X, Y, Z has to have been because I'm afraid of not having enough money or not having enough material wealth or goods. And I think it's going to be a little bit of an epiphany moment, and that there is your real blessing, your real good fortune, your real sign of abundance and prosperity is that realization that, oh, I haven't been afraid of that. And look, I'm okay. I'm okay. And I think that realization is going to you're going to carry that forth with you into the future. That realization that it's not that big of a deal, that it's something I don't need to stress about, and it's something that I can let go of the fear or grasp that I've had on it. Card number 5 is this month's lessons. So we have the Two of Pentacles. This card is all about balance. You can see here in the back there's some rocky waves, boats going up and down. This really symbolizes your emotions and just kind of turbulence in your life in general. But the waves and the boats, they're behind this figure, which is represented of you. So it's not your turbulence, it's not your up and down, it's not your emotional stress, it's someone else's. Perhaps it's the person that you'll be mothering this month. Either case, it's not yours directly, but of course it will affect you because it is in your life, and you can make the choice to let it really drag you down, or you can make the choice to rise above it. And there is a little bit of both that I think needs to happen for things to be in balance, and that's really what this card is about, is bringing yourself into balance, helping yourself to stay grounded and in balance while there are things going on around you, while there is turbulence going on around you. It's really going to be a little bit of a juggling act this month, and that is really what this card is about, what your lessons are about. I can't remember if I said, but this card is this month's lessons. So these are the things that you're going to learn this month. These are the things that you will find yourself in situations where you have the choice to learn these sorts of scenarios. So for you, you will find yourself in situations where there is kind of turbulence around you, and for your own well-being, you're making the choice to stay balanced and to stay centered and grounded. So this concludes your reading for the month of November 2015. If you're interested in a personalized reading, there's a link in the description below to my Etsy shop.